We'll see. Come on. Be live. Oh, I think it's worked. I think that looks like it's worked. I think we're live again. It only took restarting like 5 times. We're back. Finally. Everything went wrong. I have no idea why it crashed. I had to reset. I had to get a new stream key. Because every time I reconnected, it would go live, but it would just play that same clip. So I reset the stream key, and then I guess that meant that it absolutely had to cut off the stream or whatever and start a new one. So here we are, we're back again. Part 2, I guess. Or something. I might end up having to cut things up a bit more than I was otherwise going to, but I guess to make up for this, I'll run a little bit longer. I was going to finish around about now, but I do want to do the moon mission before we finish, because otherwise that's rubbish. So yeah, I'm not sure how far the stream got up to before it died. What ended up happening was that the ship just smashed back into the ground, and the fairing didn't break until the bottom of it smashed into the ground too. And I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with the fairing that it just wasn't separating. I might edit it. That's probably a good idea. Oh, that's weird. Hang on. Go back down. Just do the whole thing again. See if that works somehow. Just make it more loose or whatever. No, place, click. There we go. I don't know how to do this to there. Just do it there. I mean, it's not sealed now though, so that's not going to work, is it? Oh, what are you? Steady. It thinks my mouse is not where my mouse is. Close fairing? Is that better? I have no idea. I'm going to separate it to its own stage. I did have some of the stages backwards. That might have had something to do with it. Oh. That is what happened. Because I rearranged the sequence, but I guess it didn't quite go right. So yeah, now it should work. Now the fairing should just come off all fine. This whole thing should happen sooner as well. So fairing comes off, the ejection system comes off, then the engine decouples, all sorts of other good things happen. I think it's all good now. I think we've got it working. Let's catch up on chat, celebrating the stream working again. I don't know how long it took to get that going again. I restarted the stream 5 times, I think, to get it to finally work. We lost some viewers, definitely. Curse you, YouTube. Right, I'm gonna do it. We'll do another test run. We'll make sure the sequence is right now, because we don't want to find out that it's not going to work when we actually go. Oh, I've got the sound off. There we go. I had the sound off because I was listening to the stream to see if I could hear myself come up or not. And for whatever reason, it was just in this endless loop of me just saying, I'm not really sure. A series on KSP, I may well do. I'm considering it, especially with the new update. Seems like a good time. But yes, we will activate SAS, engage the engine, fire up. And now it should all just work. It was a good loop to have. It's better than cutting off in the middle of a sentence. It was like a moment of me looking at the situation and then saying, I'm not really sure. And then it cut off. It was a nice snippet to have. I wonder what the recording is going to be like, because YouTube automatically records the streams. If it cut off, who knows, like, when the recording cut off, so... However this is going to have to be edited together now. It's going to be significantly more awkward than it would have been otherwise. I'll have to sort of work with that and see how much was lost. It may be that more was actually recorded than reached people by the stream. Or maybe the entire recording's ruined, and no one has any idea what happened for the 2.5 hours preceding this. But I guess for those just tuning in, I'm doing an Apollo-style mission, but at the moment I'm just testing out the rocket to make sure it works okay. There goes the engine. We can just drift upwards for a while, I guess. And again, we'll see if anything goes wrong first. Okay, so this first one should jettison the fairings. There we go. That was exactly what was supposed to happen. This one should jettison the abort system. There it goes. Very nice. Ah. I may have attached this wrong. It would appear so. That should not be there anymore, and it is. So something's definitely not gone as it should there. Why didn't it fire? I mean, I fired it, but anyway, okay, so the next thing should be that the main engine comes off. That looks good. We'll use RCS to just move away a bit if we can. Yep, there we go. And we'll just go to the side before we hit the thing. Very good. Okay, so when we do this, there we go. Now we switch to this. Nope, this, nope, this, there we go. And if this hadn't been put on backwards by an incompetent me, then at this point we would spin around, we would deploy this, nothing happened, deploy this, deploy, there we go, that comes off, we spin around, we dock with that, but that can't actually happen, so yeah, then we hop back to this. So what this has is it's got its engines, they fire, then this decouples and that fires and takes it away into orbit around the moon, at which point it redocks with this, then this flies home with its engine. Whoops, oh dear, I left the engine firing. Can we wiggle away? We can't wiggle away. But yeah, that engine's supposed to not be doing that right now. I think that's too late in the sequence. But yeah, ultimately, more decoupling happens, and parachutes happen. We'll just accelerate this for a while, I guess. The parachutes are going to deploy far too early. Yep, they exploded. Good, good. Both of them, yes. And now we separate from the thing and are able to slow down. But now we're just going to smash into the ground and die because our parachutes are gone. And done. Right, okay, so revert to vehicle assembly. There's a couple of tweaks to make. The main one being, zoom in, the main one being that this is backwards. And that has broken the fairing, so we got to redo that. Something like so. And so. That should work now, I think. So I will recheck the sequence. First the main engine fires, then the fairings decouple, then the escape system leaves, then the engine decouples, then there's the first decoupling on the between the lander and the command pod, then the second decoupling, then the engine fires, then a while later the engines on the lander fire, then the top half of the lander fires, then the pod decouples from the main stuff, and then the parachutes deploy. Okay, I think that is everything correct. Let's see what people are saying. Change the atmospheric pressure of the parachutes, probably a good idea. Yeah, increase it a little bit. I don't know about increasing it like tenfold. I'll double it. That seems safe. We could have a backup parachute. I like doing that. Let's do that. Select them. Put it to 3, but then separate them in the menu. Which one's which? That one. That one's going to be separated. Nope. That one's... Deselect, deselect. Nope. I want to drag... No! I know there's a way of doing this. There we go. You will be the separate backup parachute if everything explodes and doom approaches. Click on the base of the fairing. Put clamshell. What does that split it into larger... Did that have it go in larger sections or something? That seems like what it would be. Well, I'm not going to deploy the parachutes till I need to anyway. And I have a backup now, so it's fine. We can change the number of sides. That's cool. But I need to know what clamshell does before I activate it in case it means my doom. 2 segments, okay. Well, that seems less safe. Like, the segment's more likely to get caught on something or something. I'll stick with off. Lots of little fragments. Which is also, in a certain way, not safe, but it's fine. Okay, we need to put the rest of the main rocket on, and then I think we're ready to go. I haven't tested the abort system yet, but I guess it won't matter that much. It's mostly for show. We expect them to die. That should do it. Get a huge engine. There we go. Will that lift it? Quite possibly not. There's a whole lot of rocket to lift here. We could put boosters on it. Yes, this is KSP 1.1. Yes, it came out at this point 3 hours ago. What's my mass? My mass is 270 tons. The thrust of this engine is 4,000 kilonewtons. I did indeed respond to Electro Plays MC. Or I guess Minecraft. I assume that's what it stands for. Well, apparently I'm fine in terms of thrust to weight. I guess we'll see. I think we're ready to go. Maybe I should put a couple of fins on it just to help with stuff. Couple of fins, tiny fins. Maybe, though I often find that makes it really hard to turn early on. And can be quite annoying. We might not need them. We have thrust vectoring. Crash into Duna. I don't know if I could get there. Maybe. I might have the power. I mean, the thrust to get to the moon and back, that's probably enough to get to Duna. I could be efficient about it as well, like shed different bits of the craft as I go and get to it, but that's going to take too long. Let's just go to the moon, and that'll be fine. Liquid fuel RCS, that might be a good idea. Will it be... I guess it'll be in control of Werner engines. I don't know if I want to use them really, because then I'll be using RCS on the main pod, and I could switch those off, but that takes effort. I'll just go without, it'll probably be fine. If it's not, it'll be a cool explosion. There we go. I'll check the new stages are all correct. They are not, I think. The fairing is deploying far too soon now. So this big engine at the bottom fires. Nope, that's the wrong engine. Where's this engine? Why is it up there? What sort of intuitive system is this? Oh yeah, clearly he wants to fire his main engine and his docking clamps after half of his stuff is decoupled. So that all happens. Then we have big decoupler. That one. There. Then we have this engine. Then all the stuff happens. That happens, this happens, that happens. That one, that one, that one. Those ones. That stuff. Okay, I think that's everything. I'm going to save it. As far as I can tell, that is all present and correct. Let's see what people are thinking. It's going to be a hard launch. It probably, yeah. It's... Wait, hard as in, like, painful or what? Difficult? Who knows? People are talking about thrust to weight. This is beyond me. I always just eyeballed it. I got good at eyeballing it. But that was a long time ago. People are talking about anything from 1.1 thrust to weight to 1.8. And I don't know what my thrust to weight ratio is. I don't think it tells me. What is that button? Oh, that's KSpedia. Ooh, coolness. Oh, look at this. This is nice. Can I click on the planets in the... No, I can't. I have to go to the menu. Although there isn't a menu for them. Well, that's nice. Anyway. Thrust to weight is 1.5 basically. Well, that seems in the middle of what everyone's arguing about, so I guess that's fine, right? That's how it works. Who knows? I'm just gonna... Oops, someone's angry. Validate 2.2. What's the problem? Did you not know that 1.1 was released? Who knows? Alright, I'm just gonna try launching this thing. I've been told it has enough thrust to weight to actually go up, so I'm gonna go with that. That seems good enough to me. Alright. The Kerbal 1. I've still called it the 1. I probably should have iterated the numbers as I went. But that's fine. We just like swept up the ruins and put them back together to make the same ship again. So the crew is all correct, though I sort of forgotten I put like one of them in the lander. They should all start in the command pod. That's the idea of it. So I'll transfer him out. I'll be realistic. Transfer crew. Transfer into the main pod. There we go. Everyone's in the main pod, so people will have to physically transfer to the lander pod later on, because that's how it works. Alright, I'm going to immediately go full throttle, because apparently this is going to be a little bit slow. Yeah, perhaps Kerbal 13 is the better number to use. Is the update any different from the pre-release? Other than the fact it doesn't crash as much? Well, no, that's how that works. It's a pre-release, then they fix the bugs, then it's a release. Maybe there's other new things. There might be new features that like couldn't be buggy, like the KSP that's appeared. Anyway, let us begin. 3, 2, 1, fire! That's going up. It's going up at a decent speed-ish. That's pretty cool. Lift off, 32 minutes past the hour or whatever. How many minutes is it actually past the hour? I guess I could actually say that. It is 17 minutes past the hour. I want to back off the throttle a bit, I guess so. At some point. I used to have the numbers memorized for what speeds I should be at what altitudes, but I think it's no longer relevant because they changed how aerodynamics works, so it's not literally just the most basic of formulas or whatever. So the speeds are probably wrong, but also this is too fast for those speeds that I remember using. I have an Upgoer 5. I have that book. I got I forgot the name of the book now. The book by the guy who made the Upgoer thing. I will start turning. Probably should have done that sooner, but I was too busy being distracted by chat. This stage is running out surprisingly fast. Or maybe not that surprisingly. Don't worry, I remember my gravity turn eventually. I messed this up badly. More gravity turn, less throttle, right down. Just coast up to the apoapsis and then apply some more thrust. Yeah, we're already at nearly an apoapsis of 100 kilometers. Thing Explainer, that's the book. Using the 1000 most common words. There we go. Climbing nicely. Applying a small amount of thrust. Using up the remainder of our fuel on the first stage. And done. Okay. Throttle off. Release the stage. That has worked. We're wobbling slightly. Right, deploy the fairings. Oh dear. Whatever I did that wasn't deploying the fairings. That was deploying some other thing. Was that the... Oh, that was firing the engine. That's okay. We fired the engine. That's fine, I think. Now deploy the fairings. Ooh, autosaving. There we go. Oh, beautiful. So many bits. There's our craft. We're probably approaching our apoapsis quite quickly, so I will throttle up. There we go. That's some power. This is a bigger engine than we needed. Off we go. Oh, also we need to There goes the abort system. We need more power. More power. We left this too late. Point it up to keep the apoapsis ahead of us. Or try to... Professor Kessler approves. Well, he probably doesn't. There we go, this is working okay. Throttle down a bit now. Just a steady 1G. Or so. Keep the apoapsis ahead. We have periapsis. Throttle right down. Nice and steady. Tilt it forwards. That was too far. That's fine. We have an orbit. I will leave it there. For the best results, I should have gone for a really low orbit, then I get a better O-berth effect from going to the moon, I think. Yes, I can't say I'm not really sure because the stream will cut out and go on a loop forever. Alright. We're pretty level. Let's get a maneuver node. I remember when there weren't maneuver nodes. Those were the days. You just fired your rocket when the moon rose. And that was a close enough approximation. A periapsis of 1 million and then bring it in from there. Seems like a decent idea. I guess getting closer is more efficient. $700, we can probably... Can I... If I click that... There's a button. There we go. If I click it like that, it stays. We can check it. Bring it in some more. We want to go as low as we can, I think, really. Within reason. 100 kilometers above the surface seems reasonable. Chat's getting confused about what periapsis is. The stream quality poor? I hope not. Is it the case for everyone? I will look at my own copy of the stream. It seems okay, but I've got it on a relatively small window. Double click on the moon, you can see your projected path. Really? What do you mean? Or that moon? I don't know what you're saying. It didn't do anything. You're confusing me. No, people are saying the stream is okay. Right, anyway. Chat is talking about clicking on the moon and stuff. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do what I know how to do. I will point myself at the maneuver node. Oh, we don't have that much fuel. Oh, that's awkward. That doesn't seem like enough to get to the moon. I could be wrong. It means we might have to do our transfer, well, our sort of messing about with the capsules and getting them in the right place in the middle of our moon burn, which is not a good way of doing things. I could do it now, but it's awkward. Anyway, I'm just going to time warp and get round to the node. I will, yes, I'm going to stage mid-burn. I could just do 2 burns. That might be okay. Or start the burn early so I have time to do all the staging halfway through. No, I'm not going to transfer fuel to the bigger stage. I just forgot my words. I mean, shift around the capsules and everything to get them ready for moon transit. Right, we're 2 minutes away from the burn. The burn is supposed to be 22 seconds, but it's going to be longer because we're going to lose this engine halfway through. So I might just start now. Maybe like the 1 minute 50 mark. It'll give me a minute to actually sort things out before we reach the node. Polarize the hull plating. Oh, it's 1 minute 30. I'm just going to go for it. Even though there's a 20-something second delay, I give you 20 seconds to respond to what I was saying. Right, commence with the burn, full power. There we go. That was most of the, well, it was over a third, at least, of the burn. Okay. Stage. Steady, steady, with the wiggling. Okay, we're clear. Oh, now we're clear. Slightly awkward there. That was a little bit failure than I was hoping for. Okay, we need to... Okay, to save time, I'm going to slightly cheat. I'm going to transfer Bob to that capsule now. Even though that shouldn't be possible yet because you'd have to travel through the fuel tank. What that means is that when we stage everything... Oh, actually, there's a big old engine behind us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to activate RCS and just move sideways out of the way of that, because otherwise we might crash into it. I'll go forward to a little bit, just to get away from it. Okay. Deactivate the RCS for the moment. Stage. Wrong one. We want this one. Nope, we want this one. Okay. Target the pod. Turn 180. Deploy. I deployed something. Decouple that. Oh, jeez. Okay. Everything's fine, apparently. It didn't feel fine, but apparently it's all fine. Something in my staging didn't work correctly. Oh, I think it was this engine activating. Did I do it backward? No, that can't be. The engine isn't active. Something staged that wasn't supposed to, and I'm going to find out at the worst time. Let's line up with the pod. Bring us in nice and quick, because we're missing our maneuver. This is taking longer than I thought. Haven't had time to look at the comments, because I'm trying not to mess this up too much. Steady, steady. Docked. Okay. Now, swing it around. I think we've lost our maneuver node because of weird ship things happening. Yep, it's gone. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to stage now because I'm scared weird things will happen. I'm just going to activate the engine manually and worry about it later. We are so far past our maneuver. I'm just going to burn anyway. It'll be fine, maybe. While that's happening, I'll read chat. Press tab in the map. No time. The dilithium crystals are no longer aligned. Remodulate on a constantly rotating band. The Alcubierre drive. Right, we're going to get some sort of encounter. It's going to be slightly wonky relative to what I was hoping for, and thus less efficient. I'm going off course, but maybe that's okay, I don't know. Nearly there. Throttle back. And some more. And some more. Nice and steady. There we go. And get it to exactly... Okay, roughly 100 kilometers, and we're good. How much fuel do we have left? A decent amount. That tank's empty. This tank is nearly full. These tanks, untouched, as they should be, as are these. That all looks good. I think we are okay. I think we will go to space today. 30k is a good periapsis for the moon. I could go closer. Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll go 40. I forget just how high the structures of the moon go. Alright. I guess we will accelerate. If we miss the moon, we'll get in quite a nice orbit, really. It will give us a nice boost. But off we go. "1,000 times speed. Many hours will pass." We got a nice little wiggle going on there. Of course, Kerbal days are something like 6 hours, so... Are the hours a different number of minutes or something? I'm trying to remember. No, they're normal. Yep, so 1 day has passed, but that's only because Kerbal days are weird. And... the moon! Hello, moon. That's looking pretty good. We'll just drift in. It's beautiful. Lowest safe orbit is roughly 8.5 kilometers. Alright, let's accelerate in. What does that mean? There's a red light, and I don't know what it means. Oh dear. Has that always been there? I'm not sure. By the way, I can quick save, but I can't quick load in this, you should be aware. Because quick load is bound to the same button as record is. Gently drifting in. Less gently. Speed. Whoop, changing angle. Confusion. Slow right down. We're ready to drop into our orbit. We'll go retrograde. Nice and steady. We'll turn in a nice direction or something. There we go. Pull up just a smidge. And wait for 40 kilometers. Anything higher than a periapsis of 7,200 meters is safe. Let's not push our luck. I mean, this is quite high. We could definitely drop down further, but I'm worried about fuel at that point. I think we're fine. Like, we have enough fuel. No, we have like more than half our fuel in the main pod, so that should mean that we could like go from the moon, from Earth to the moon again, or Kerbin to the moon. Which should be more than enough, because going from the moon to Kerbin is much easier. Let us slow ourselves down. We'll drop down to like 20,000 or something, maybe. I may have enough to visit Mimas too. I wouldn't be surprised. Mimas isn't that hard to get to with fuel once you're in orbit of the moon. Oh, this is getting imbalanced. Let's be careful. We want to point up. Wait for the periapsis and burn again. Beautiful. Let's open... Oh, I forgot to bind the panels to a key. There should just be like an automatic key, like there is for brakes. There should just be a key you can press that activates all solar panels that your ship has. There we go, look at that. Right, we're going for the periapsis. We should be facing pretty much the retrograde marker at that point. Yep, close enough. There we go, and burn. Bring the apoapsis down. And stop. 18, 20, pretty good. Now we need to land. I am gonna quick save. For what it's worth. With a bit of fiddling I could load said quick save. You still play Factorio? Do you mean, do I still play Factorio? Because of course I do. Unless you're talking to somebody else. Alright, let's swing around to our apoapsis over here. And at this point we could undock the lander, do a burn so that when we come around to here, we hit the ground, essentially. And then we'll burn to slow down. Maybe we'll go a little bit further first. Just to be sure that we land in a light area. Another quick save. Alright. We will transfer Jebediah to the pod. Bill will stay behind and become famous as the Kerbal who was sat in orbit while the other two much more well-known Kerbals landed and became famous. We will... Why can't we control... Are we out of power? No. Why can't I stow the panels? Is that a new feature? or something, that these panels can't be put away now? Or something? Because I would quite like to... I mean, it's not the end of the world, but... Huh. You can't store the cheap ones, you gotta have the ones that come in little packaging now. Okay, so these ones are just deployed forever now. I mean, it should be fine. It's not like they're gonna be in a position to hit things, but... I am a little worried. Alright, we're around where I want to start burning anyway, so... I guess we will go. Fuel is good, everything is full. One more quick save. And... Wait, check the RCS. RCS is fine, okay. Undock. Switch to this craft. Can't see a thing, there we go. RCS to pull away. Then we need to point to retrograde. Whoops, steady. SAS on. Okay, so the solar panels have been like that for a while. In my defense, recently whenever I played a new build of KSP, I've used the better panels, so I just wouldn't have noticed and been able to use them normally. Okay. I think if I press space, it should just activate the engines. I'm gonna hope. Yes, it's all fine. And the next time I press space, it will launch the upper stage. Right, steady burn. Oh, that's quite rapid. Okay, stop it there. That is already inside the moon. So yeah, we're gonna like land somewhere around here is the plan. Goodbye, command ship. I hope to see you again. Otherwise something's gone very, very wrong. I don't know what people are talking about in chat. Linking names and pluses. I think it's YouTube and Google Plus functionality or something. Everything is good. I can go to internal view and keep an eye on the altimeter to find out what my altitude is above ground specifically. What's the button? C? There we go, C. Wait. Nope. Didn't want to do that. Orbital camera. Is orbital camera the one I want? Chase. Locked. Auto. I think it's auto I want. Auto. I'm going to go for auto. Right, C. What am I... It's C, and then V, and then... No. V, there. And then... There. Zoom out, and then... Nope. Got it. We're good. Should have been paying more attention to the whole, like, surface of the moon going on here. I'm gonna slow down. Let's put this in a better position. Spin it around. And then turn it this way. There we go. And then when we go inside... Nope. 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 When we go inside, we're looking down at the surface of the moon. Oh, weird glitchiness with that ladder there. Excellent. Oh, steady. Weird camera stuff. No, we left Bill behind. Well, Bob drew the short straw in a certain sense, in that he's now flying in a lander piloted by Jeb. Oh no, he's piloting the lander. Everything's fine. Bob's piloting the lander. Jeb's just along for the ride. It's Bill who's still in the command module. Why are the solar panels backwards? Do they even, like, not redeploy to where the sun is? Or is the sun over there and I just don't... Where's the sun? Is it behind the Earth? Are we in an eclipse right now? Where's the sun? Oh my god, we are. We're in a Terran eclipse. Or I guess strictly a Kerbin eclipse. That's pretty awesome. I'm waiting for it to emerge. We need to make sure it does before we land, or it's going to be awkward. So yeah, that's why the panels are facing the wrong way, because there's no sun. Even though it's really bright here, there's no actual sun for the panels. What's that over there? Is that the... Oh, that's the command module. Drifting steadily away. I'll accelerate. Come on, sun, where are you? Is it even going to emerge before we have to actually land? Our power might run out or something. I need to keep an eye on the ground. It's approaching. How are we on our orbit? Yeah, we'll crash about there. Maybe there. Seems good. Moon's getting awfully close. Still no sun. Our power is fine. But then we're going to be doing more stuff when we're landing. Might use up more of our power. The engines don't have generators. I really hope the sun emerges soon. That would be nice. Please do that. It's sort of at one side. It's at the opposite side of the direction we're traveling. Well, no, the moon's traveling in that direction. Ultimately, we're going that way, I think. We'll find out. Reposition a little. That used up 2 of our power. I think we'll be fine. Do I want to change my camera? That is more what I'm looking for, at least. It's going okay. Do this. Looks like we're maybe on course for a crash right there. Let's just line up right. Oh no, we're fine. Maybe. We'll see. We're ready to burn like crazy when the time comes. Let's deploy the gears. Yeah, we like practically clip the rim of the crater before we sort of skate the very edge of it. It's a bit awkward. I want to burn as late as possible though. I mean, we could just go now. This looks fine, really. I'm a bit worried. Let's burn. Right about face up a bit more. Now. Come on. We're gonna go over the ridge. Definitely now. Oh, not that, that's the wrong way. This way. Just want to get rid of our horizontal velocity really quick, and we are rapidly running out of fuel. That is not good at all. Oh no, okay, so that was a third of our fuel. It just looked like half, so that's not as bad as I thought a second ago. Steady. Oh, we're going to land on all of the slopeness. Oh dear. I'm just going to go this way for a minute. Don't mind me. Just drift over this way just a little bit. That seems like a good idea. To be safe, I'm going to input some more fuel. While we have a moment. And then we'll put it back into the tanks if we're good. I'm going to just burn a little bit. Whoops. Because I'm not keeping that much of an eye on the ground right now. Okay. Face this way. Steady burn. Slow it down. By the way, I haven't landed on the moon in like a year. Just to fill you with confidence. More power. We are at an angle. Now we're at less of an angle. Okay, I think we're okay. Now, maybe. Steady. More power. Looking good. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. We sort of landed on our engines just a little bit in the end, but that's because of weird glitchiness with the landing gear, so shush. We did it! We landed on the moon! Deploy the ladder. Has the sun risen? No, because the solar panels are still messed up. Any sign of the sun? Oh, it's emerging. Slowly but surely. Okay. Ladder is out. Jebediah, despite not actually doing anything, gets the honor of bouncing all over the place and nearly falling off the ladder. Nope, falling off the ladder. Well done, Jeb. He gets the honor of planting the flag. And he can take a surface sample, why not? And an EVA report, why not? Dust is getting everywhere. Plant the flag. Ta-da! Can't see what it says. Let's call it Kerbalo. Why do I keep putting an A on the end of it? Kerbalo 1-ish. Landing site. Ta-da! Let's at least put a capital letter on our engraving. There we go. We did it. We landed on the moon. Now to go home. That was all we wanted to do. We just wanted to plant a flag. We took a service sample. That's fine. I guess I can take a moment to jump around. What's the button? R. There we go. Can we fly with this? I forget. Yes, we can. Beautiful. There we go. Landing on our precious equipment that is vital to our survival, as you do. Landing on the moon is like riding a bicycle. Absolutely. It was an absolute nightmare the first time I did it. Now it's not too bad. Alright. Let us... Oh, grab... There we go. Oh, that was a bit of a jump. Can you... There we go. Board. And yes, I'll take a report if I can. I can't. Crew report, there we go. You record your crew's assessment of the situation. We're in the Highlands. Alright, we're ready to go home now. Still plenty of fuel left in the end. I was a little bit worried. Apparently I didn't need to be. We will reload the tanks. And we'll be ready to go. Knowingly, it takes ages relative to emptying them. But yeah, the idea will be that we'll launch by having this section just shoot off into space. We'll leave behind the lander section entirely, despite it still having some fuel left. Because that's how it works in real life spaceflight. Or how it did 70 years ago, or whatever it was. It wasn't 70 years ago. Was it? How long was it? It was 50 years ago. 47. That we landed on the moon too far ago. Too long ago. Haven't been there since something like 1972. It's quite ridiculous, really. We travelled to new worlds. We did something that quite possibly nothing else in the universe had ever managed to achieve. We did it like 5 times, and then we went home, and then we never did it again. We're a very strange race of beings. I think that's all the tanks. And then we'll be good, and we've still got a bunch of fuel left. By the way, can you hear the music? Because it's really, really quiet to me. I guess I could turn up my volume, but it might still be really quiet for you. Can you even hear the space music? There we go. Everything is loaded and ready. People are saying there's no music. Okay, apparently I have got the game sound too low. I will turn it up just a smidge. That probably made absolutely no difference. That was 25%. I guess it's not nothing. I guess I haven't quite balanced the audio levels right. I increased the game mute volume from 80% to 100%. But that still is very little, because there's multiple different settings, all stacking on top of each other. One of them is now higher, but the others remain low, and it will be awkward to change, especially considering we're about to go home and finish this. We'll retract the ladder. Yeah, but it seems like the music is just really quiet relative to the rest of the game anyway. What have you missed, Video Maker? I landed on the moon with an Apollo-style spacecraft, and I'm about to lift off. There's our target in an awkward position, really. I guess we could wait for him. We'll watch the eclipse end. Has it ended, actually? Oh, our solar panels. Nope, it's not finished yet. Oh, that's a view. Fortunately, we can't have a lit-up ship and also the sun because of how light works. I guess sort of. At a stretch. We'll just do it like this. That's fine. We'll watch as the sun steadily emerges. There it goes. That wasn't that steadily. Beautiful. Right, where is our target? There it is. Steadily making its way around. We want it about here, I think. Is that an LV-909? Which one's the LV-909? I've got the tiny one, the little drone one. I think it's enough, on account of it being the moon and a really tiny craft. About here I'm aiming for. I don't know if that's at all right for what I'm looking for. Its speed is 500, so that's the sort of speed we're aiming for when we set off. And when we do set off, we want to go... Is it... Hang on. We want to go that way, which is forward? Maybe? Let's just do... No, it's backwards. It's S. What we want to press. Okay, so what should happen? We shut down these engines. We throttle up to max. And when we press space, the whole thing should go. I'm gonna quick save. Just in case. Turn on my lights. They don't do much. They're too low mounted. They were just for in case I was landing in darkness because I'd messed up. Oh yeah, I can press F2 to hide the UI. Beautiful. Maybe I'll thumbnail that, or maybe I'll not bother because I'm lazy. Might be some other cool thumbnail. Oh, here comes the ship. Sort of forgot about it. But yeah, it's just emerging over the horizon there. Nearly 100 kilometers away. Okay, let us go. Everyone is on board. Everything is good. All we need to do is fire. Okay. I think it's okay. I think we're fine. I think it was a non-essential thing that exploded. Nobody panic. This is low thrust. I will just hope. Everything's still connected. Everything still has fuel. Fuel is dropping somewhat rapidly, I must admit. Oops, that's the wrong way. We need more altitude. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, we probably just need more sideways velocity more than anything else. Once we're in orbit, nothing else matters. There we go. I'll not target the pod quite yet. I'll just focus on getting an orbit and aiming for 500 because I know that's orbital speeds. Yeah, I think it was the decoupler that I blew up. Jeb left his wallet on the moon. Here comes the pod. We're not gaining speed as quickly as I was expecting, I must admit. I did put a really tiny engine on this thing. Running at full power, the poor little thing. It's trying its best. We have the fuel to gain orbit anyway, by the looks of it. Oh, there's a moon arch. Oh, if only I'd known. If I fly through it now, I'll die. Undoubtedly. That's a shame. I could have visited it. I had no idea I was so close to one. There's only like 3, isn't there? It's right at the top of this crater. I will remember that for later. Perfect position to be extremely memorable. Very cool. Oh, I think we're getting close to orbit. There we go. Apoapsis is going forth. We're on quite a wonky trajectory relative to our target. It's going to need a bit of adjustment. But there we go. That's pretty good. Let's cut it there. A little bit more. Set as target. Help us position correctly. There we go. And we're off. Where is our target? There it is. Still behind us. Now actually getting further away. Because for the moment we're travelling quicker. Jeb left his sanity on Kerbal. Well, of course he did. He's been without his sanity for many years. Steejo found a train station with my name. Awesome. I still haven't found anything with my own name. I know that there have been two or three other cases now that I've been told about where people have found my name. In Factorio, for those wondering. I'm sure I probably built something that has my name. I've just not noticed it has. Right, I think we just want to accelerate up to that point, circularize our orbit, go from there. We need to be above 10,000, which is now, to warp quicker. We'll have to put our orbit slightly above our target craft to rendezvous with it. Oh, this is also the descending node. Fantastic. I will descend. Maybe. I will ascend, even. Steady, steady. There we go. And up. Full power. Just get rid of the whole thing. There we go. 0, good enough. It's not NAN, but that should be fine. Which way is forwards? I don't know anymore. I'm confused. We'll find out by burning. Nope, that's backwards. Let's not do that. Let's go this way. And now we're in a safe orbit, rather than one that will eventually result in us smashing into the side of the moon. Looks like the intersect is improving. We're still going quicker than the ship, and now we're not, I think. Get a good rendezvous point. This should be a better one, even though that one's moving around a lot. This one should be the one we keep an eye on. It's not changing. Neither of them are. Oh, whatever. How are people... What are people saying? Hello, Electro Plays MC again. Apollo 1 did indeed end before its launch with a fire. A pure oxygen fire. Which is not a fun kind of fire. Why, thank you, Renosian. It's a slightly weird name in the way that you put it, but I appreciate your naming of it. I will accelerate some more. Because through the power of space, acceleration makes you slow down. Oh really? I was making the perfect intersect and then it just vanishes. Well, I'm just going to assume it's still there and warp round to it. There we go, it's back. As I was saying, let's carry on trying to refine it. Okay, I think that's the best we can get. That's pretty close. We'll accelerate. We can go to a quicker speed momentarily. There we go. Speed. 100 times the speed of actual time. I can't zoom in. There we go. I think it's my mouse wheel being weird. Here we come. Right. It's 1 minute away. Oh, it's the middle of the night, so I can't see a thing. Did not consider this. We'll point to the retrograde marker. Much discussion happening. Do a barrel roll. Press Z or R twice. What? I mean, Z is full throttle, but what is R? Off the top of my head, I can't think of what it is. Or if you... Oh, is it... Oh, it's probably how you do a barrel roll, actually, so ignore me. Right, we'll slow ourselves down just a smidge. Bring ourselves to a halt relative to the command module. There we go. 100 meters away, and I'm just going to time warp to daytime because I can't see. What? I need to watch for it getting closer though, because it is. Yep, our closest approach is still approaching, apparently. It's flying right over us. Beautiful. And any moment now, we will have ourselves a sunrise. As our ship drifts away. There we are. Alright, now we can see. So we'll continue with the rendezvous. Steady. Just sort of point ourselves at it. We could dock using the lander, but we'll switch to the command ship once we're a little closer. There we go, 0.5 meter per second. A little quicker. Meter per second, and we'll correct our awkward direction stuff. There we go. Point ourselves dead on at the ship. Switch to said ship. Work out where on earth the lander is relative to us, because they're so close I can't see them, and that's a bit of a worry. Because it is flying toward... There it is. There we go, targeted. And I will point the command ship at it. And wait. And time warp. And engage RCS. And slow down carefully. Keep us on course. It's looking good. Build a flying saucer to land on the moon. Is there a rescue plan if I mess up? Well, I guess I could do one, but it would be another time. Because once we get home, the stream will end. It's already gone a lot longer than I originally planned it to, because I wanted to get this moon thing done. And then everything broke, and I had to restart the stream 5 times until I could get it to work. I had to reset my stream key in order to restart the stream. Steadily drift our way in. Slightly wonky, fix it. And... ta-da! We have docked. So now we will transfer the crew over. We'll also transfer the science, I guess. That's the wrong one. Review stored data. Can I... Is there a way... I can't be bothered. It doesn't even do anything. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to bin it even. Doesn't matter, we're going to leave this pod in orbit forever. Transfer crew. Jebediah. Into the command module. Everyone is now in the command module. So now what we do, this is the perfect time for it actually, is we... Well, actually, I guess we can transfer fuel over for what it's worth. Just to be safe, I mean, I'm pretty sure we have more than enough fuel to get back, but let's be efficient about this. And just get it all transferred over. See, in the end, I had plenty more fuel than I needed, I think. I've still got, like... Well, actually... Not that much more, because if I'd not gone for this extra tank here, then I would now be out of fuel, essentially. I would have RCS still, so I could maybe use that to get home, but... I don't know if that would be enough. Alright, that all seems good. Undock. Wrong thing. We want this thing. And use the RCS to just drift out of the way. There is Kerbin. I think... Oh no, we're not really late for a burn actually. I thought we might be getting a bit too late with all the time we were spending sorting that out, but that looks pretty good. I think we burn this way. That gives us a pretty efficient return. We could have... If we'd burned a little sooner, it would have helped. But that's pretty good. I reckon we just go for the burn. Forget maneuver nodes. Do it the old-fashioned way. We'll do it live. Just burn straight for Kerbal. Kerbin. Not Kerbal. Kerbal. I mean, it's a similar location. Yeah, it's counterintuitive. For once, burning towards the planet actually takes you there. But not in the way you expect. I can imagine people trying to teach their friends about how this works, and like, yeah, so you don't actually burn towards it. What you do is you burn so that you extend your orbit out of the moon that way, which causes you to decelerate relative to Kerbin, and then they do it, and then the friend's like, but you're just burning towards Kerbin. Like, well, yeah, it just happens that Kerbin's in that direction, but that's not the reason. And their friend doesn't believe them. Or something. We'll go straight in for some re-entriness, I guess. Actually, this lines up pretty well in the end. If anything, we should have burned slightly later. We definitely should have burned slightly later. I mean, I could now stop and burn later, but I'm just going to carry on. Down to 40 kilometers? Seems safe. We won't burn up. We won't be catapulted off into space. That's my reasoning. This went very wonky in the end, really. It's not based off a real life story, but I'm sure it's happened. I missed one? Did I? Oh, well, it's too late now. I've left the thing. I could make a satellite. But not today. We're coming to the end. We leave behind the lander. That's what they did with the Apollo 11 lander, though I think it's since crashed into the moon. That's possibly been confirmed because there's weird forces like solar pressure or whatever that ruin all our fun and crash orbiting things into planets. So those who know what's like... Those who have more experience and have played this more recently, because I've forgotten, is 40 kilometers good? I'm pretty sure that won't blow us up, but I think it might be not enough to actually decelerate us a decent amount. But I don't want to just... I don't want to go too low, because then I'll sort of die. I've gone into 35. Right, we'll accelerate. $40K is okay, apparently. Except I've now changed it to 35. Cue them, like, after I've accelerated a bunch, saying, no, 35 is terrible, you'll die. Oh god, no, what have you done? I may do multiple orbits with 40K, so 35 should be fine. I may still do multiple orbits with that. But here we go, here we go. Back into Kerbin orbit. It's been a 2-day mission, also known as a 12-hour mission, because Kerbal time. Here we come, we're going to be re-entering over the sunny side. Over the Mindcrack Ocean, as it was once called back in the day. Back when Kurt J. Mac was playing it. One of the first big YouTubers who played KSP. Well, we're in the atmosphere, actually. I wasn't paying attention. We are actually in the atmosphere. Oh, fire. Well, they've changed the bars for that. Okay, I guess we should deploy the things. Oh, dear. Did ours... They're red. Red is bad. There, deploy. Nothing happened. Deploy again. There we go. We're free. Wait. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's the heat shield. That's not the pod. Is the pod here? Is the pod dead? The pod's dead. Okay. Yeah, 35 wasn't good. As it turns out, if I'm not paying attention and I go in sideways without deploying my heat shield. So, yeah. That went well. They're all dead. They're all dead. Oh, the pod's still trying to right itself. How cute. I did not expect this. I thought it was going to land nicely and have a happy end to the stream. And everything was going to go all normal and fine. And then I didn't pay attention while I was re-entering. And I died. Such is space. I was sort of hoping this whole thing would explode, but it's cooling down, unfortunately. I guess we'll follow it in. We'll accelerate. Was this enough to slow us down? It looks like no, actually. It looks like this is actually going to go back into space for a while. I was entirely aware I needed to use the heat shield. I just was stupid and distracted and didn't do it. I know, my streams seem to keep ending with death and explosions. It's becoming something of a theme. So yeah, even though it was enough to kill us, we actually went back into space. I think the reason is that I messed up the burn coming back, so we ended up arriving much quicker than we were supposed to. Because our apoapsis was way out beyond where the moon was, which is not good, and I didn't consider that that would mean I was arriving quite a fair bit faster than I should be. Time for the second pass. This should definitely kill it. A lot of speed was bled off from that first run. And this time it's angled better, because I think like the angling of stuff is irrelevant. So because it's angled down, it will push down into the atmosphere more. So we've got a second chance for things to explode. Especially if we put time acceleration on, then everything goes crazy. That battery's going to go. I think. There we go. It's all good. Everything else seems to be relatively stable. Oh, the angle's changed. Oh, no, wait. That looks close. Is that the actual main tank? No, that's something... Oh, that's the other battery or something. A solar panel. That somehow survived. Oh, no, everything's fine. It's all cooled down. I mean, it's still on fire, but apparently it's cooler fire now. I'm not using my autosave. That was when I was back on the moon. It's ages ago. I need to go to bed. Stream chat wants big boom. What? More than this boom? I guess that wasn't that big of a boom. Right, let's go back to assembly. I guess. So there we go, that's what we started with, for those who haven't been here the whole time. It all went so well, right up until we tried to re-enter, and everything exploded. No, we're not doing the whole thing again. I mean, I can launch this and crash it into the VAB. I'm not sure how the RCS was on. That was a little bit weird. I guess they were just, like, firing as they'd been firing before or something. I don't know. It was very strange. And... back from whence you came. Bob was alive till like the last second there, did you see? He was still there. Like, he landed on the ground, but then apparently rolling around on the ground was enough to kill him. Beautiful. I have a quick save, but it's from ages ago, and if I try and load it, I'll start recording or stop recording or something. Alright. I think that is us done for today. We successfully landed on the moon and mostly returned. Something returned. In some form. So it's a fair bit of victory. I've got to wonder what would have happened if, like, Apollo 11 had landed on the moon, everything had gone fine, and then blown up on re-entry. Would we have then returned to the moon once again? Or would we have given up? Because so far we've never had... Well, we've had some technical deaths in space, but never a proper one. I don't know. Anyway. I guess back to the Space Center or the main menu or whatever. This stream will all come up on YouTube later, in its entirety, in its two entireties. That's the point, because I didn't revert the flight, so the vehicle assembly building is still exploded. I can fix it for an amount of money that doesn't... I don't even have money. It doesn't exist in this, so I guess I can just do that. There we go. It's all fine. Nobody saw anything. Good as new. But there we go. I might play more. I might do some series stuff or something, or I might do more streams. I will think about it and think what I can do. I think my next stream might be something different though. I'm thinking of Space Engineers. Because I've never actually played that on the channel, and I played that plenty of times offline. I'm sure people would be interested to see. I think. I should do a straw poll at some point. Someone did one once, and I can't remember where, and I can't find it now, so who knows. Colonization mods. I could do this sort of thing. Yes, anyway, thank you all for coming. I hope that you enjoyed. And with that I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.